What's up, everybody? This is Zach with Nerd Cave Gaming, joined along with
Derek.
And Robbie.
guys. Today, we're talking about Xbox.
One of the first big kahunas.
X's going to give it to you. That's what they would say.
They
X
need
gonna-
to give it to us.
They need to give it to us.
And they will give it to us, I believe.
I hope.
I have very high expectations for Microsoft because last year, I mean, it wasn't the worst one that Microsoft has had in the past few years, but it could have came out stronger.
Yeah, I agree 100. Would you say you have high hopes? High hopes.
That's
He's
why
got-
I figured that's where you're going. That's why
I
I,
was.
stopped it. That's
I
why
was.
I stopped it. But, were you
ahead.
about to say something?
No, go ahead.
I'm excited to see what Scorpio is going to be. I know we've had some issues with leaks, which really pisses me off because, we have a game that we have going on right now to see who can get the most predictions right. Yesterday, I was late, so I was not able to. So that's why I have a 0 currently. It's not because
We magically birthed a third co-host
Yes,
for the post show.
we did.
I'm currently at 0 because I was not here yesterday. So these guys are ahead of me. So I have to make up a lot of ground. I've been doing my research the past few weeks on Microsoft because that's one. I mean, obviously I've done them all, but Microsoft is home to me.
Yeah. Sadly, we already know one thing we won't see today, and that's Scalebound, which hurts the most. I'll be honest with you. Like,
Is the stream showing up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
all
Sorry.
right.
Way to interrupt everybody.
Sorry.
Listen, Wizard of Oz voice, stay over there. But
Don't look
yeah,
behind the curtain.
you want to get into the nitty gritty?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it. Let's do
so,
it.
we all assume that they're going to do what they did last year. They kicked off with the console showing in the 1S, which, by the way, is getting a price drop, $50 for all the 1S models.
Yeah.
So, don't know if it's permanent or not, but you can go ahead and get that for $50 cheaper right now. But I assume they're going to start off with Scorpio, get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
The supposed, I had on here, they're going to announce the real name, price, release date. Only one of those three that hasn't gotten leaked yet is the release date, but we all know it's probably going to be fall. The real name supposedly has been Xbox Scorpio, which I've been saying for the last week. They just
Yeah.
need to keep it like it's the most.
It's no.
It's the greatest code name they've given any kind of console, like from Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. I just think they should keep Scorpio. It's BA. It's fine. The price is also reportedly leaked. Jeff Keighley actually leaked it of all people, and he said he was kind of like playing both sides of the fence. He was like, unless it changes today, the price is going to be $500. Which,
Yeah.
what are our
So-
initial thoughts on that? If it is true,
Going in today, what did you think the price was going to be?
I thought it was going to be around that price.
I assumed realistic, like there was part of me that was going to expect it to be $400 to match for the
Yeah.
PS4 Pro, but realistically, I thought the starting price was going to be $450.
I like in my notes, I had $499 going
Yeah.
into today. That was going to be my prediction until Mr. Keeley kind of ruined it for
Yeah,
me.
squashed it.
I'm still going to go with it because that's what I think it is, and I do think it's a little pricey because you're a whole $100 over
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, and I know this is going to be more powerful than the PlayStation, and it has all the different capabilities
Yeah.
of 4K and everything like that. So I understand you want to price it a little bit, but I don't think the full $100. I think maybe a $50 boost would have been good for it.
Yeah,
But I feel like it being $100 more than the PlayStation is really going to hurt people.
yeah,
Yeah, my biggest thing is, yes, it is more powerful than the PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation 4 has sold so many consoles so
Right.
far, and they have so many games, and they have so much support from third parties and great first parties that Microsoft has to do something to compete with it, and it doesn't seem like they're doing that at the moment. So that's where I'm kind of like sitting there and just like wondering, why are they doing this? And we have a lot of people that are going to be, well, it deserves it. It's got teraflops. It's got teraflops over here. It's got teraflops.
I have
over there.
flip-flops, but I'm not selling myself for $100 more.
Yeah, you have to sell yourself cheap.
you have to get an interesting market first.
Yes.
A lot of people will be interested in my flop sweat.
Kind of following along with more hardware features. They did show off. They did announce the design lab. It wasn't an official announcement. It was just sort of like in a montage where you create your custom controllers, like color schemes. You can even do an engraving for extra money.
Yep.
Do we think we'll see? And they showed off the Gears of War 4 Elite controller last year
Yeah.
too. Are we going to expect any special console bundles or special controllers announced at this event?
I think they reiterate that they've got new things that you can do with the design stuff. They might even let you design headsets this year.
Ooh,
But
that'd be
I
cool.
don't think they're going to go too in depth with it because
Yeah.
the Scorpio is going to be the one and only. Like it is going to be the thing that they want to showcase here.
Yeah.
So if they take away from that, I think that's going to. They want to show that they can do these things, but they don't want to take away from it as well.
Yeah, they wanted Phil Spencer, since he's taken over, he wants to focus on games at E3. He does want to show some hardware stuff just so for the interested parties, but he doesn't want to deviate from that, so he wants to spend as little time as possible on that. I think it's just going to be another montage. It's like, hey, Xbox Headset Lab, but now they don't really have that many different headset options for Xbox,
Yeah.
so I wonder if they're going to do partnership with Turtle Beach or Afterglow or whatever.
Yeah, I
Night
could
Cats.
see that. God. I can see them doing something with Turtle Beach or Astro headsets, and I think that would be pretty cool. Other than just like the blue or the green that they do currently, that you could put your logos on
Right.
there, and that it's really done well. I think it'll be really interesting to see that happen. I know AstroCard kind of does that, but like making it really cool because. That's something that they need to do, and I could see them doing that with the Elite controllers as well. Not just
Yeah,
like the
that's
regular
true.
ones. I could see them doing with the
But those Elite controls are already super expensive
Oh,
as
yeah.
it is. So.
With since Phil has taken over, I know we've gotten more away from the entertainment side of things. I do think we touch a little bit more than what we've done in the past 2 to 3 years with Phil Spencer. I do think we kind of delve back into the entertainment, which I know kind of scared a lot of gamers. But I think we're at the point now to where we can, have both of them because a lot of people, I know I use it every day, not only for gaming, but for my entertainment station. That's my
Yeah.
one-stop shop for all my entertainment.
Would you say the Xbox One is your one-stop shop?
It is.
It's all in one.
All in one.
Now, this is also, this is the last kind of like hardware dealing
Yeah,
thing. They
yeah.
announced some new online features last year. They announced, they added clubs,
Yep.
looking for group and arena, which were fantastic add-ons for them.
Yes. I
because
agree.
those are special because, the year before, I believe they added background music to let you play your own stuff. It's really cool that they're adding those features for those certain niche parties that want to do extra with their system. Like, I know they've
Yeah.
kind of gotten away from the TV aspect, like the whole separate entertainment section
Yeah,
for
yeah,
their
yeah.
console. But the fact that they're still adding in some stuff for gamers just to like relax and enjoy their system is great.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really sure what they could add on the online features.
Yeah.
Maybe replicating the PlayStation. Not fully.
What?
I was taking a jab at them.
Oh,
Now, I
Little
know,
jab.
is that going to be all today is?
No,
I know-
No. I like Microsoft. They're a good company.
and I like some, and like that's the funny thing with me and Zach. Like we go way back with our love and hates, and like
I was a 360 guy, so
I know.
Yeah.
And like on the podcast, we take jabs at each other,
Mm-hmm.
but in the end, we both own PlayStations and Xbox.
Yeah. So, Robbie, since you use your Xbox a lot more than I do, what would be an online feature that you would really want? Like you're sitting in bed, like, man, I wish they would have this.
Like I know we have to where when you do the hey Xbox record that, like when you do something really cool, you can't post it to, I think it's just to Twitter that you can post it to. I would love to be able to post it to Facebook because I use my Facebook way more, and
Yeah.
obviously, I could send it to the Nerd Cave, and something that I would like is to kind of like the PlayStation already does it, but it's where like when you're in game, I can't remember what button to press. I'm still relatively new to but where you could go into like picture mode.
Yeah.
I would love to see something similar to that. Like I know you could say, hey, screenshot this, but I would rather it be like in game where I like double tap the home screen and I'm able to stop the game and kind of take cool pictures.
One thing I would like to see is like be more friendly for streamers. Like I have a buddy
Oh my
back
God.
in Alabama who does like Twitch streaming. Like he's big on Smite and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would like to see
Smart
them
man.
do it to where like the intricacies is beyond my understanding. I'm not a big hardware person, but somehow like do it to where you don't just record a clip; it automatically uploads to your channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be cool. That would be more exposure, and that'd be easier on the streamers than rather have to go back, snip it up, or
Yeah,
worry
yeah.
about did it post or not. You know,
Yeah.
I want it to be more user friendly for streamers.
Yeah, I think it would be cool as well. You know, we haven't really done much of the streaming console wise. You know, we run it through a whole system and everything, but have it where you could read tips, have it where you can,
Right.
you know, see when subscribers happen instead of just the chat over on the side.
Because, you know, right now, if I wanted to live stream stuff like through my Twitch, I would have to come over here, and that's a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to, like you said, put the tip meter in there, put that, hey, you're watching the Nerd
Yeah,
Cave
yeah.
with Robbie, and, you know, be able to do it from my home. It's more of like a convenience thing because, I mean, not that I have a problem with coming over to my bro's house and chilling,
Yeah.
but, you know, just streamlining it would be better.
Yeah. Into the chat real quick. Jacob was asking, does Xbox have an app? Actually, they have had an app for a very, long time.
long time.
And I don't think with the PlayStation app you can actually control the PlayStation. Yes, you can. I'm remembering. I
It's
know with
foggy.
the Xbox when you can
It
control.
turns into a remote.
Yeah,
type
it turns
thing.
into a remote and everything. So they've had an app for quite some time. So,
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do because online features, I can't really think of anything other than the streaming side of it that
And
could be improved.
my own thing was the Facebook, like
Yeah.
broadcasting it, not broadcasting, but
It'd be awesome if you could broadcast
Facebook
to
Live. It.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be enough hardware design talk for now. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the games. We know 4 exclusives that are going to be their big thing this year, pretty much. State of Decay 2,
Yep.
Sea of Thieves, the expected Forza Motorsport 7,
Yeah.
and then Crackdown 3. Do you think all of them get release dates for this year? Because the rumor mill I've been hearing is Sea of Thieves or Crackdown are like one of the 2 likeliest of the bunch to get pushed.
My prediction will be told later.
Okay. Okay.
You almost got me.
With mine, I think State of Decay we see sometime soon. Sea of Thieves, I think that's going to get pushed. I think once they showed that last year, it was kind of like, what is this?
They've
And why
they've
are-
had to already cancel alphas already,
Yeah.
so it's still the most farthest along. And I'm gonna say this right now. I like the concept. I love what they're doing. Rare is still, very much a household name for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think this game is going to tank, though. Personally, like I want it to
yeah.
do well. Don't get me wrong.
It's
I don't
an
want to see it
interesting
fail.
concept
Yeah,
for sure, and it
I
looks
just-
fun. But getting a group of people all the time
Yeah.
to play, it's hard enough to get people on the freaking Division or Destiny.
Definitely,
yeah.
well,
Yeah,
you just
but-
need like 2 or 3 other people.
Yeah, but getting a whole crew to manage your ship, that's going to be really hard to
Which
do.
game is this?
Sea of Thieves.
Seems- Okay, okay.
We did that in unison. That deserves a high five.
But
We are Legion.
But
we are
Forza,
Legion.
yeah, we're going to definitely see that this year.
and
And
new, even though it's a half step up for a console, new consoles, car games are perfect.
Yeah, they're the perfect way to showcase the game.
Never mind.
Crackdown 3, we've been teased and teased and teased. We just need it.
That has to be, even though it doesn't have the pull as, say, Gears of War or Halo, it's going to have to be their biggest showcase for the fall. That's going to be their late fall game.
Yeah.
And that's why I have, like, stuff like State of Decay. I think State of Decay 2, while it's not huge, like, it's not a cult following, but it's getting there, right? And especially since they're adding in co-op, making huge maps for this one, I think it commands its own month to be put out. But I don't think it's like big enough to be like their late fall push. I
Yeah.
think it comes out first. Now, whether that be August, September, what have you, but I think it's the first out of the gate. It has to be. It just feels like an August game to me. It screams August to me personally. Now, Sea of Thieves, if by some chance it does come out this year, I think it shares a month because it doesn't have that pull to
Yeah.
me. I'm not feeling that pull from the fan base saying it needs to have its own month. I think it shares. Forza, we can already say it's a September game.
Yep.
Now, it's going to be mid to late. Like, Horizon usually is at the end of September, but Forza 6 was actually mid-September 2 years ago. So I think it'll be wherever Forza lands, Sea of Thieves will be like before. If Forza's mid, I could see Sea of Thieves coming out like the first week of September or the last week of September. Like, I think it shares the month with Forza.
Yeah.
Crackdown, I see as their big thing. I see it coming out October because they didn't have
I
a
can
big
see that.
they didn't have a big November thing last year. They did have December with Dead Rising 4, but they're not big on wanting to have a big November game anymore. They want to have October
Because
as their
there's
big
so
month.
many third parties in November right now that
Yeah.
are going to kill whatever comes out first party,
yeah.
unless it's like Halo, and Halo's definitely fell off.
Yeah.
So I would name first party games, but all of them are much, much smaller than a third party
Yeah.
game these days, unfortunately.
Now, moving on, another thing we won't see is 343. They know how much backlash Halo 5 got because of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Multiplayer is fantastic. Now, the special mode matches where you use the burn cards takes way too long, like minimum 30-minute matches. Too long for me to just jump in and be like, hey, I want to get a quick game before I
Yeah,
go off
yeah.
somewhere. Besides the fact multiplayer is fantastic and it gets better, they have openly said, because this is the time, like people are saying, well, it's not the time to release it this year.
Yeah.
But Halo has always had a formula of, at least from Halo 3, the year before it comes out, you show a CG trailer to
Yeah.
get people hyped. Then the next year, then the following year, the year it comes out, they release an actual gameplay trailer.
Yes.
So they're not even putting out anything Halo 6 related at all, which means it could be one of two things. Either they're just going to put the whole shebang next year, or they're not. It's not going to come out next year. They're going to give it a longer push to give it more time.
I could see them waiting longer because they want to kind of let Halo 5 kind of
Breathe.
Yeah.
Not breathe, but kind of
like
bury it.
Go in
fade
the
in
wind.
everybody's memory because it wasn't that good of a game, and they marketed it pretty much in a way that was a lie. And I think that's where we really need to pay attention to what's going on there. With 343, I think it'll be something multiplayer, or they'll add a new feature to the game.
Yeah.
That kind of deal. I don't think it's going to be anything big.
And then everyone says, well, this is the 30-year anniversary of Halo 3, or the 10-year anniversary of Halo 3, excuse me. And it's like, all right, so we can expect that this year. 343 also comes out and says, no,
Yeah,
you don't get it. And I was conflicted on this to begin with, because technically, even though it's not a full remaster, they've already ported over Halo 3 to the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, that's cool, that's all fine with me, because I didn't want it to be, if they did do anniversary, just be an update to Halo 3, Halo
Yeah.
Master Chief Collection. I didn't want that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a complete overhaul like we did with Master Chief Collection. So, and them saying that they're not doing that pretty much says
Yeah.
they're not doing
They're
that.
not doing it.
But they did come out and say they will have something. Now, whether some people are saying Halo 5 related,
Microtransactions.
Halo Wars 2 related, Halo Wars 2. Now, the thought that crossed my mind was, what game, because they did port over, it was digital only, but ODST was added onto Master Chief Collection. The only game that hasn't been ported over has been Reach. So
Man,
what
Reach
if it's
would be
a
a good
Reach
one.
port? Yeah.
Reach was awesome.
Even if it's what they did with ODST, and it's like, hey, you can download it for $5 to add on to Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the only game they haven't. I know it's backwards compatible, but in this day and age, everyone gets all beloved series get re-releases for something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they remastered BioShock and they still made it backwards compatible. So
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's going to be their showing, because for them to say, oh, we'll have something, but it's not going to be the things you're expecting. What else could it be? You know?
Yeah, I think Reach would be a good one.
Now, I don't think we'll see this. If anything, they'll have like a short little snippet of them talking about it, like what they did with Scorpio. This is just interesting to bring up. Now, I'm not a big car guy, but I always prefer the Horizon series over Motorsport for Forza, because it's just, Horizon's a driving, let you do anywhere, open world, have fun game.
yeah.
Motorsport's more of the serious racing sim
yeah.
that you just tune up your car, race. They have openly said Playground Games, which does the Horizon series, they're opening a new studio and they're going to work on an open world game, but it's not going to be a racing game. So I'm
Are they
interested to
calling
see.
it sandbox games?
No. Leave. I'm kidding. But no, yeah, I doubt, because they just announced this like early this year, so I'm assuming we definitely won't hear anything. But just to have them come out and maybe talk about like what like concept they're coming up with would be cool to see.
Yeah, I think, proof of concept, something like that would be interesting to get this year from them. If it's not a racing game, then it's going to be kind of like, you have freaking Horizon Zero Dawn.
Guerrilla.
Going from
Straight
Killzone
shooter.
and then going into
Open
this
world
huge
RPG.
open world RPG. I think it'll be interesting to see, because yes, they make games that look gorgeous, that run really well, and that are interesting. So let them out of the box and let them do something different. We do have a question from the chat.
Okay.
This is from Carlina Spencer. Have you heard anything about a possible new Dragon Age?
They haven't said, they didn't announce anything at EA. If it is, but Xbox would be their only other chance to showcase it. But they haven't. There's rumors that some of the cast is already coming on and doing voice work for it. So it is sort of this. amoeba just out there in the wild, kind of being created, but they haven't announced it officially.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give you one of my predictions since I've already almost done it.
Okay,
3
so
times.
this is one of your
This
predictions.
is one of my predictions.
He's just jumping the gun here.
Yeah, I know.
Not playing fairly.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Follow
It
rules.
ties
We
in.
don't
Go ahead.
follow rules at the Nerd Cave. It's okay.
Out the window now.
We'll do it live.
Microsoft will show Dragon Age. A clip of it or something or talk about
You think
it.
they'll double down with BioWare? Because you know they're going to show Anthem.
It's possible.
I think it is. I think Dragon Age is huge
I-
for them, and I think that this is what we're
I
going to
stand
see.
They
by
did show
my-
it?
Yeah, I stand by my prediction that I made yesterday that like if they do show anything, it'll be a very quick, like more
Exactly.
detailed
Yeah.
map of Tevinter.
And I mean, to be honest with you, they did show Inquisition at the Xbox stage.
Yeah, they did.
So
They
it is fair.
It's
Yeah.
very possible.
Yeah.
But who knows?
That's just one that I had to get it off my chest.
I hope in my heart that
Yeah.
that
I do
they-
too. I'm so like I want to play through
Yeah.
Dragon Age again. I love
Did you
the
ever
Dragon.
finish Trespasser?
No, I started playing Mass Effect again.
Carlina, thank you for the question. Guys, if you have any questions or predictions, put them in the chat as we go through, and we'll hit them,
Come party with us on Sunday Fun
put
Day.
them through, put them through there.
Jacob said
Put it.
rules are a big no-no at the Nerd Cave.
What can I say?
But now this next one, we've seen it showcased pretty much every year since it's been announced for Xbox One. Killer Instinct. The last 3 years, they've shown off an extra. When they announce like a new season wave of characters, they always have one exclusive that they want to show off. 2014, it was Rash from Battletoads. That 2015 was Arbiter from Halo, and then last year was General Rom from Gears of War. So you can it's almost a safe bet that they'll show off a character for this year. But now my thing is like they've already done characters from 2 of their beloved series in Halo and Gears of War, so what other character could they bring in? I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is someone from Crackdown, because that'll be the biggest thing, or maybe State of Decay 2, but...
What about somebody from Fable?
Ooh, that's
Well,
true.
they just killed Fable Legends, so I don't think they'll bring the Scalebound dude in.
See, if Scalebound hadn't gone
I
canceled...
know, I was making
Yeah.
a joke.
I know. That was going to be my thought before that happened, but...
Origins was amazing.
But do we have any ideas about what character they could put in from? At least with a franchise, they could put it in from.
I
Do
think
you think they could go third party?
if they went third party, it would have to be something that is like exclusive to their thing. The only one that really comes to mind, and it didn't get the push that it needed, would be Sunset Overdrive.
That's true. That is very true. And Insomniac's already playing ball again with Sony, so
Yeah, that's the only one that like jumps to mind that is third party from that. You could see somebody from Sea of Thieves or Cuphead.
Well, we'll get into that later. Do you think it's time, because they didn't? Everyone thought they were going to do a remake of the whole.
325.
Okay, I'm about to say, do you think?
No, I was. You said, do you think it's time?
He was giving you the correct time. He's very helpful.
Moving on.
I was just like throwing Derek to the wolves.
Every
It's fun, isn't it?
everyone thought when they first announced it that there was going to be the whole trilogy like they did with Halo.
Yeah.
They didn't. It was just the first one. Do you think they dig into the well and remake Gears of War 2?
I think it would be good. I think the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War sold pretty well from what I remember. And it was fun to go back and play it, even though it was a little clunky compared to 3
Right.
at the time. But I really enjoyed it. And I think if they want to keep that series alive in between releasing
Yeah.
the new game, which would be Gears of War 5,
Yep.
this would be the way to do it. So
Me too.
have the remastered and then have the next game.
one, yeah.
And then have the third one remastered and the last game.
I completely agree with you on that one, especially since, you know, and going back to Gears of War 1, they brought over like the PC specific stuff that wasn't on there. Like they had an extra 90 minutes of campaign, which I was going through and I was like, oh, I don't remember any of this. This is definitely PC stuff. And
Yeah.
then the maps there was like 2 or 3 maps that weren't brought over, but looking at it, I didn't think they had any PC exclusive stuff because they said they had to cancel that at the last minute when they first made Gears 2. But it would still be cool to have all your Gears games eventually except for Judgment. Judgment can go die in a fire.
It was alright.
Yeah.
I remember us playing it. Like the coolest thing I think from Gears of War 3 was playing as Rom.
Yeah.
Like, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Oh my god, I love murdering people with that big old sword, knife thing.
Big knife sword.
Ah, big old knife sword thing, y'all. Yeah.
Just to touch on this real quick, they showed it off, and CD
How
Projekt
quick?
Red has had a very good relationship with Xbox. You know,
Yes.
they showcase Witcher on their stage for like what 1 or 2 E3s, I want to say.
Yeah.
So, but they released Gwent. They announced Gwent, the card game for Xbox, and it's in beta now. It's an open beta. It's free to play. Do you think they tell a definitive release date this year for Gwent?
I think it would be time if they're in open beta. I think it's near finishing out.
They're on the last lap.
Yeah, so it would be the time to do it.
Okay.
You touched on this. I think it was either one of you. Anyway, two of
The
them.
only other person it
We'll
could be.
we'll see ID at
Oh, I'm
Xbox.
sorry.
Their
Sorry,
indie
floating
indie
voice.
initiative.
Yes.
The ID at Xbox. Two of their most biggest games that have yet to come out that we've seen for years and years and years. Cuphead and
Yes.
Below. Below. Have you seen anything on Below?
When they first started showing it, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything in a while.
Those are the two most hot ones, and I think it's time. It's either, to paraphrase, crap or get off the pot with these two. Like, I think it's time. Like, you can't, even if you say at this point it's one of them's coming spring, I don't think that's going to resonate. Like, that's, the hardcore fans will be excited, but most of the people are like, look, you either get it this year or we don't care.
Don't worry, I got something for your Cuphead when we get to predictions.
Okay. But I think it's time. Like, Cuphead looks like the most intriguing one. It's a boss rush brawler, or platformer, excuse me. It's the most intriguing of the two. Not to say I don't like Below. It's just I'm not a very good Dark Souls gamer. So,
Oh yeah.
Who is?
Get good. Get good, you guys. Jeez.
Hey,
I love this.
stay over there.
floating voice. You stay in your corner.
I should have let her play freaking the Surge instead. Over here dying all the freaking time. Oh,
Let's get through this real quick.
okay, let's do it.
Minecraft.
Oh, it's gonna be there.
yeah.
They've spent bajillions of dollars
$2
on it.
billion.
bajillion
They've had
millions.
something related to it, whether it's
HoloLens.
Yep. And last year they did the Realms thing where it's like a shared universe portal. We're going to see something along those lines. I don't even want to talk about what we could see because I don't care about Minecraft
Yep.
personally.
Preach, sister.
So,
If I'm really bored, I'll play. Like, if it's a fun, like,
No.
pastime, it's very mindless, so it's like I need something to just, like, keep myself preoccupied. I'll
If
play
I'm
it. It's
bored,
fun.
I'll go knit before I play Minecraft. If you like Minecraft, I'm sorry.
It's too blocky.
oh my God. Moving on.
That's my go-to.
Speaking
joke.
of HoloLens, do we
Yeah.
think we see anything Oculus or HoloLens related? Because, you know, Oculus kind of stumbled out of the gate.
yeah,
So do you think they distance themselves from it? Because, you know, they have...
Palmer Lucky left,
It-
or he was
Oh,
Vive.
that's right.
Yeah, he was Oculus. Like there was a whole snafu with that. So I think they avoid Oculus and they focus on their own.
Even though
augmented reality.
HoloLens is not true VR, it's more like AR, but I
Yeah.
think they said Minecraft will be on it, so they're trying to give it some viability, so we'll see.
Like, one of those goes into my predictions as well about.
You just want to jump out and do it again?
No, I'm waiting. I just want to have something to say about it, but y'all are tapping on things that I was gonna, get to.
That's why you gotta like allude but not say.
Okay,
I mean-
it's prediction time, right?
Yeah, pretty soon. We got one more section to talk about because of the
Hurry
lack of
up.
exclusives. Because I think they're gonna have a strong third-party presence.
Oh yeah.
Shadow of War is going to be a given. It's going to be out October 10th now. So it was originally late August, but every time you've seen it when it debuted, and every time you see a new demo for it, you've seen it run on Xbox controls. So I think it's going to be and it was one of the early games this year to be confirmed to come on Scorpio. So I think it's going to have a big presence at Xbox's conference, and I think we also see the new Tomb Raider game because even though they kind of got
Time.
it's time for one. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is what the reported leak is going
Yeah,
to be.
because that dummy
yeah,
was on the train.
on the train
with the
with his laptop
presentation,
open.
And it's like, oh, Shadow of War. And then
yeah.
someone like took a freaking picture of a screen. I hope he got fired. Like, I'm sure he got punished severely by his bosses. for that.
Shame.
Yeah, he had to walk naked through the office with someone with a bell. Just
Shame. Shame.
Shame, but I think we see it. I don't think they do the year exclusivity again because
No,
they got burned
no,
by it the
no,
last time with Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't think we see. They'll show it and be like, "Hey, it's coming to Xbox," because they don't have an Uncharted game, and there's still an Uncharted game coming this year.
Yeah.
But I think it's time to see the new one. Going back to CG Project Red, I think that I don't know if it'll be confirmed there, but if they show Cyberpunk 2077, their new hot item,
Yes.
it'll be on Xbox's stage, just
Yes.
like with Gwent. I think we also see, it got confirmed at GDC earlier in the year, we see some semblance of Borderlands 3,
Yes.
because if anything, they're all about multiplayer and gaming with people. Borderlands 3 is the perfect co-op game. I think if anywhere, it'll be on Xbox's conference.
Perfect co-op game is A Way Out.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
A Way Out. The thing I saw
Oh,
yesterday.
Anyway, do you think we'll see, because Sony has Spider-Man,
Yep.
do you think we'll see one of the Square Enix Marvel games up there? Because
I-
I think it's the Guardians, the Avengers one, because that's Crystal Dynamics working on that, and they have such a good partnership with Microsoft.
I think we see that just because Microsoft is going to want to grab some type of superhero game
Yeah.
Yeah.
for themselves. So this would be the perfect time to get that. I think because you saw with, geez, my mind is blanking. What is that?
What?
The
Describe
robot
it.
arm guy with the glasses.
Deus Ex?
Yes, like that was more Xbox than it was Microsoft, if I remember
You
correctly.
mean Sony? You mean PlayStation more than Xbox? Or?
Yes.
It didn't really have an exclusive partnership.
I'm not even speaking anymore.
Okay, you're doing
But
fine.
I don't remember what I said.
do we also see? I touched on it yesterday. Do we see one of the Star Wars games like Respawn or Visceral show up?
We don't see Amy Hennig's game at all.
Really?
That's weird.
Okay. This one I think because they showed Phantom Pain a couple years back, even though it's going to look god awful. Metal Gear Survive. If
Yeah, we'll see it.
It'll show up on Xbox's conference just because even though it showed up on Sony's the year after, but 2014 they showed up on Xbox.
Konami is not going to get anywhere near Sony because
Yeah.
Sony
Has
partnered
Kojima.
up with Kojima,
Yeah.
and Konami is not going to get anywhere near people that is partnered up with Kojima. So go again. We'll answer another question from the chat here in a second.
BioWare, of course, we're going to see Anthem. They
Yep.
announced that. They're going to show more of that. This is crazy to think. I think we see a From Software game. It's not going to be Bloodborne 2 going to be coming to multiple consoles. I think From Software, they want to do something. They want to get away with Souls now that it's done. I think they're going to show what their new IP is going to be, and I think it's going to be on Microsoft stage because they've done Dark Souls 3 before.
Yeah,
So-
I think we could see it there.
So, all right. Let's get into
Okay.
predictions.
Before we get into predictions, we got another question from Carlene Spitzer. Thank you, Carlene, for giving us all these awesome questions. I got another Dragon Age question. Laugh out loud. Do you think that they will put Dragon Age 2 on the backwards compatibility list?
I'm surprised it's not on there already.
I am
So
too.
I think it's time. I think it's got to be the next
Well,
one.
Dragon
coming up.
Age 2 was shoddy.
Okay.
The
here-
maps are shoddy as all get out.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, I adore Dragon Age 2 because, like, it's fun, and yes, the problem with it was that it was rushed. That's the problem with
The
90%
the maps are my biggest problem with it. Like the characters are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the maps, they're
Well,
freaking
because
bad.
they showed like the concept art, like all the things they wanted to do with it, but since they rushed it, they weren't able to polish all the maps and the scenery. It was very sad.
Now, Alistair and all them are in the first one.
They're
right?
in the first one.
Yeah.
Alistair actually can pop up.
Pop in the
Yes.
second one, depending on.
Yes.
But I would love for them to go and do a Dragon Age 2 remastered.
Yes.
I would like that a lot.
Because
and
I would
actually
love-
put the polish
Yeah,
into
actually
the
make
game.
Yes.
it really polished, all that fun. I would love to see.
Because
Dragon Age
I
2
think
remastered.
I did the same thing he did. Played for a few minutes and I'm like,
Are you talking about 2? I finished 2.
oh, you finished it?
Oh yeah, I played all the way
have
through.
yet to-
I love the combat in 2.
Yeah.
It was
I-
really, really fun. It's just the maps were so bad, and
got-
that was
Yeah,
my
it's
biggest
all the
thing.
polished.
I got about an hour to 2 hours into the game and I had to stop.
The first one is where I played a little bit, stopped, and then sold
back.
it, and then Derek gave it to me, and
Yeah.
then I played it all the way through. I think my favorite Dragon Age anything is the Awakening, the DLC for the first game, because you actually got to build up that fort and everything. That was probably one of my favorites
Yeah, like,
of all time.
I love the story in Origins, but also Origins was the third one I played. I went Inquisition 2, then Origins.
Wow.
It's just how it ended up happening. But the combat was just too slow. Like it was.
Oh
hard
yeah,
to
it was
play.
really really
I
slow.
was just like, I can't.
Well, you
can't.
went from like
But like even transitioning from Inquisition to 2 really wasn't that bad.
yeah.
And I saw a lot of fun, but just doing Origins was awful. Don't be cheating.
And,
I'm not cheating. I'm scouting.
It'd also be cool to see like an Origins remaster, just like with really good graphics.
Yeah, because Origin on the console is just
Well,
like
yeah, because I have it for 360.
yeah, it's just trash.
Yeah, it just
It is utter trash.
But
This is my third through on Origins. Wow, you're a trooper. Here we go. Prediction time.
All right. So my first one.
So just to
Yeah.
be clear, it goes 1, 2,
3.
then 3.
Yeah.
Because you already done your first one.
Oh, okay, that's right. All right. So my first one,
wasn't trying to cheat.
the 2 indie games. One of the 2, Cuphead or Below, is out now. Gets announced out now, with the other one coming before the summer ends. So before July, the other one comes out. So I think both of them release in the
I
next
knew I
2
should have
months.
saved mine and went first. Damn.
Zach?
you can build off of it.
I am.
Cuphead is available.
No!
I said what else? I said Cuphead's available now, or one of them.
You said one of them.
Okay, so
Sorry.
you're going specific.
Confusing.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going specific.
All right.
Cuphead is available today
All right.
in the Xbox store.
Hey, if it's Cuphead, I said one of them. We'll
Sorry.
both get a point.
I will correct that
I'm
in
leaving.
the Microsoft store.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
All right. So
That was
then my
that's supposed to
second
be
one,
my
right?
big one.
Yeah, your second one.
Okay.
Wait, why do you get 2?
You had
already
your
done the
one,
first one.
and then we're going this way.
okay.
So
Okay. I was confused. I was like, I only did 1 now.
Number 2. Left 4 Dead 3 is announced coming next year.
okay, I can see that. That would be awesome. I'm ready for another Left
Me
4 Dead.
too. It actually got there was on I think it's Australian ratings for it because you know that one it's one of the European continents that that bans the Left 4 Deads.
Yeah.
It showed up on a ban. They updated their ban list and they added Left 4 Dead 3. Now whether that means anything or not, we'll see. But I think that's kind of a hint and what to expect.
I see in our future.
Where's your crystal ball at?
I see it. I'm seeing it. Phil Spencer will come out and say, there's been a lot of rumors this morning going around about the Xbox Scorpio's price. I'm here to confirm that the Xbox Scorpio will be $400.
Oh, darn you. Robbie, you're number 2.
Did I steal one?
Part of it, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
we were talking about it earlier.
Oh.
Saying, like they're gonna come out and be like, no, guys, that's not the price.
We're going to get, obviously, we're going to be talking about the Scorpio. We're going to get a good, not playing off what you did yesterday, but we're going to get a good 4 to 5 minute of gameplay of Shadows of War on the Scorpio to see the 4K and everything like that, and the specs.
So 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes.
All right.
You guys heard that right?
Okay.
45 minutes.
We don't have anything else, guys. Here's half our conference.
I'll pick one just to make it easier. We'll do 4 minutes of gameplay.
Low ball.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
No, just stay with 4.
You could say 4 to 5, or say like at least 4, or take the difference. 4 and a
minimum,
half.
just say minimum of 4 minutes.
Yeah, minimum 4 minutes. Let's safe bet.
Y'all heard it right here.
Yeah.
I know what you're about to predict.
I don't think you're ready for this one. All right, so it's kind of been a war with some of the Japanese developers between Sony and Microsoft. Sony came out and said Street Fighter V console exclusive. Microsoft responded with, "Here's Tekken 7," and then they've also shown, you know, they're trying to get Bandai properties. Sony's trying to get Capcom properties. So Microsoft did Dark Souls 3. Sony said Resident Evil 7. Sony came out at or they didn't know. Microsoft said Tekken 7. Sony responded with Marvel vs. Capcom at PSX in December. So, what's something that a series you could come back with for Bandai that Microsoft could come back? Soul Calibur 6 is showing off on Microsoft stage. It's time. I think it's a dormant franchise that needs to be revived, especially in the fighting genre. We're getting a new MVC. It's time.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. Not the one that I was thinking. So I'm going to expound on my number 3. This is number 3, right?
Okay. Yes.
Number 3. It will not be named the Xbox Scorpio. It will have a different name.
Because see, the early rumors were
I could
Xbox
see
One
that.
X.
I could see that. Like
So,
That's what I thought you were about to do.
oh no.
So I wanted to
No.
go ahead and get that one.
No.
I'm putting all my eggs in the Scorpio.
I've consulted the mystics.
Are you talking about the internet?
I mean, they were pretty mystic.
And the price drop on the Xbox S, permanent.
Ooh.
That'd be a good one.
Okay.
I can see it.
So,
What you got? What you got? So we're on number 4 now. We're on our
Yes.
fourth prediction, guys. Let us know what your predictions are in the comments below.
Scorpio will be given at least a $400 price point. I think they're going to have multiple SKUs, whether that's hard drives. Now, here's follow me on this logic, right?
I got you.
They're going
we're,
with
we're
the-
with you, but we're not with you.
They're doing the Play Anywhere initiative. They're going with like a console PC hybrid type of deal.
Yeah.
Alienware, or was it Alienware? No, it was some Steam Machine. They had different iterations. They wanted to do console.
Hell, Steam Machine worked.
I mean, you're right, but Microsoft was like, we can do it better. But now I think the premium is $600 for like the 6 teraflops, whatever. But I think it starts off as the low baller,
Flat.
$400, and it'll come out October, and we'll have a bundle with Crackdown 3.
That's quite a claim.
Yep,
It's quite a claim. You got to get all that right.
that's why we do half a point.
I'll allow half a point if you get parts of it. I'll allow half a point.
Yeah, Ali's over there. Well, we'll allow it.
We'll see.
Thank you, voice of God.
God has spoken.
All right. We see no less
No less.
than 20 games during this conference.
First party, or like a mix of first
Mix
and
of
third
all.
party.
Mix of first and all.
Okay.
Just all games.
20 games.
20. You better be. Someone better be having a counter for him and for him.
20 games, okay? And I'm not even going to exclude the at the very end where they show the montage.
No, I will not allow that. I will not allow that crap. No, sir.
Okay,
No.
20 games and not including the montage
Okay, we can do that.
because he wants to be a little tool.
Now,
I'm not taking the cheap way out, at least.
I came on the show today with an idea of what the price for Scorpio or whatever the name is going to be. Zach says he thinks it's going to be $399, $400. I'm sticking with it's going to be $499.
Okay. Okay.
He was like, "You're wrong about the name, but guess what? You're right about the price. You're about to pay."
And it's like the very end. It's like, this is it. Also, yeah, it's $4.99.
Yeah, it's $499. Bye, guys.
$4.99.
Woo, work solved.
I'm going to make an audible for my last one.
Okay.
Brought to you by Audible.
Yes.
Go to audibletrial.com.
Slash nerd game.
It's a free 30-day trial and free download.
Millions of books. Not really millions.
180,000 to choose from.
Millions.
The Game Pass is available, right? The Xbox Game Pass
Yeah.
is available now to players. You can
You
take
also
part in
have
that.
you also have a free trial going on right now.
They will announce original Xbox game backward compatibility exclusive on the Game Pass.
So kind of like PlayStation now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see
It'll
that.
come to the
I can
Game
see
Pass
that.
to give them to an extra incentive to invest in this thing
Yeah,
for
this
them.
thing. Okay. Okay. My last and final prediction. Dying Light 2 will be shown on stage.
Yep. Because they're big on their zombie games.
they're going to show it, and it will be a 2018 release.
I believe that too. It's time.
I can believe that.
That's a safe
And you know what's ironic is we skipped it, but I actually had it in my third-party notes to be shown.
So-
So wonder where you got that from.
I don't know.
We still have our big
We got
Pie
our
in the
sweet
sky.
Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus moment or
But
pie.
so this is your number 5,
This is
Robbie.
my last one.
Your normal one.
My last normal one.
Yeah.
I just forgot it. Hold on.
So guys.
Okay. I think not like super thorough, but I think we get a detailed plan of what Microsoft is going to be doing with their VR. I know it's scary thinking about it, but I think we're going to get a not a 20 minutes, but we're going to get a little bit of them talking about what their plans are for VR.
Ooh. So now realize HoloLens is an AR thing, so you think they do their own separate VR thing?
I think and this is like I
You're
said-
talking about HoloLens.
No, I'm talking about
Like their own
like
separate
the
VR.
VR headset.
I'm not going to help him out on this
With-
one.
with some- I'm going big here. I probably should save this for my sweet Jesus moment, but whatever.
Oh, whatever, bro.
Balls to the walls.
All right.
I'm already behind.
Why would you
so
put those there?
I don't know. if it's a cool surface, I'll put them anywhere.
We're doing it live.
Sweet Jesus moment,
Sweet Jesus moment.
coined by Zach Dykes.
Playing Resident Evil 7 with all of you lovely people.
They did this last year for a third-party company,
Yep.
and I think, that if they want to show that there's support still coming to Xbox for this, Square Enix comes out.
You go, boy.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is shown to make sure, because there was that whole debacle in Japan about them taking it down for the listing site. It's back up, but I think they want to come out like Final Fantasy 15, even though that demo was awkward as all get out. Good lord. They want to come out and show that they still want to support it, want to remind the Xbox community. They also say that the 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8 remixes that were on PlayStation come out this fall.
Ooh.
You know what? You know what I like about
good.
mine and your predictions? We spit them out in like maybe a sentence or two, and of course Derek Daniels sends them like he does his Facebook questions.
'Cause I've been working on this for a month, Robbie. So I think I was talking to you, Allie, about it earlier today.
You're talking about me. We talked
Both. Oh, well, not about this. For the when they put the 1.5 and 2.5 mixes on PS3, they had in the corner only
Yeah.
on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I went back and did my research because I have the games. On the 2.8 and the 1.5, 2.5, they don't have it. So I think it's also time to them to show, like, because they've said 3 is going to be on there, but they haven't talked jack about the rest of them. So, like I was telling you, earlier,
Who's Jack?
Jack the Ripper. But,
Jack Trenton. Jackie T.
oh my God.
He's back. But he's with Xbox. What's going on? Hey guys, my name's Jackie T.
What's up, everybody? But,
Lord help us.
I think they need to come out and show that they believe in this. And like I was telling you earlier, getting 3 on Xbox is great, but if you haven't played any of the other stories, it's not going
Yeah,
to make
you're-
sense to you. So they have to show
I played
that
the
they're going-
first 2, and it doesn't make any sense. I released all these freaking 3DS games. Oh Lord. Okay,
All right.
my sweet Jesus moment for the Xbox conference, Microsoft's conference. I'm gonna play it safe here. 90% of the games will be said that they're running on Scorpio.
You jerk.
How are we gonna calculate 90%?
Yeah.
We count how many games, and you see how many.
Okay, yeah, we'll do some math, and we will.
I do math.
I will allow roundups.
Monday through
stereotypical.
Friday.
No, don't allow roundups.
Hey, you shut your dirty whore mouth.
You have
have to evolve.
actually. If I rounded up in my profession with math, people would have a whole lot more money. So that doesn't always.
Teachers
That
don't round
doesn't
up.
always.
If you get an 89.9, most teachers, college professors,
Well,
don't
I'm a
round up.
kind
If you
and
got an
generous soul.
89.9, you get an 89.9, son.
Those professors are jerks.
So,
I'm a jerk.
to restate my point, at least 90% of the games that are shown today at the Xbox conference will have running on Scorpio or whatever it may be called.
I'm gonna laugh. It's like 88%. I'll be like, not 90, boy.
There's my sweet Jesus moment.
My hashtag sweet Jesus moment. As
I hope somebody wrote all these down because we're not going to remember half of them.
I have mine.
I have mine
I
written
wish,
down.
Yeah, I wish I brought like pen and paper so I can like actually calculate all your guys' things.
You need
so that I
to
can
step
actually,
up to the plate, fools.
Because I know it's not going to happen, so I'll be completely unsafe. But Scalebound returns.
That's not going to
I
happen.
mean, they renew the trademark, but 90% of the time, that nothing, it goes nowhere.
They're keeping it from other people.
So you're saying
They're
there's a
being greedy.
chance.
They're being-
Okay, so since all of our predictions
I
are
have
done,
one prediction I have to make.
okay. Have at it.
This is like, I'm gonna blow you guys all out of the water. I'm really glad I'm not competing. But what's gonna happen? We're gonna turn it on. It's actually Bethesda and Microsoft switch places.
Dang.
That's my prediction.
Dang.
well, at least we could know how long the conference is going to
Oh
be
my
tonight.
god.
So tonight we are going to be doing the Bethesda conference. Our coverage will start at 10 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you tune back in on the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, or the Facebook Live page so you know what's going on with our predictions. We'll have the conference and then we will also have our reactions right after it, just like we are going to be doing today with Xbox's conference. So once it's over, we'll be cranking back up live and giving our reactions to all the games that they announced and that $400 price point for the new Xbox, and that they're 90% of the games that are going to be showed are going to be running on the new Xbox Scorpio or whatever it may be called.
None of Derek's predictions are right.
Yeah, it's going to be great. My number's going to go up.
I'm telling you that what's gonna happen at Bethesda. Todd Howard's gonna open his mouth and devour everyone in the building. Like that's what's gonna happen.
He's a very small demon.
That's the thing is they have powers. They can do whatever.
He's a Wendigo.
None of this, I was just going to touch. Let me touch on the ones I didn't talk about. This is not going to go towards my overall points. I also had Microsoft saying they fully acquire the rights from Crytek for Rise, Son of Rome, and announce a sequel. I also have 343's announcement is a Halo Reach remaster, or they're going to bring back a Halo TV series, which I pray does not happen. I promise you, that's their biggest announcement.
Their live action
Walking
was
out.
pretty good. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, it wouldn't be worth announcing at E3.
Shadow of War has a Scorpio bundle because they have been pushing it so much. And, you know, Todd Howard likes to be in bed with Microsoft. Fallout VR is going to be shown at Microsoft's because the Fallout VR has not come out yet. So I think they show it off of Microsoft.
Okay. You got any other ones?
Yeah, I had Sea of Thieves actually coming out early next year.
Okay.
Well, that's the game that I thought got pushed up. And Phil Spencer comes down like Sting does. Like he came from the ceiling onto the stage. He just... That's a joke. But, what else did I have?
One of mine, I had a good one, and
I
then
did
you
have
started talking.
Cupheads being available afterwards. But, yeah.
That's why you need to retain it or write it down.
Hey, you know,
Writing it down helps
We're doing
memory.
live.
I do it live, and I think I do a pretty good job.
You live your
of
life a
doing
quarter
that.
mile at a time.
I do. I think that we're going to see, this is kind of that make or break part for Microsoft. They're trailing behind in sales from PlayStation. This is the time to really show, hey, we're all about games. We've got this powerful system. If you want this powerful system, this is for the luxury people. This is for the people that really want the power. And if you don't want the power, we've got the Xbox One S, and it's available for $250, going off of your prediction, and it's going to stay at $250. And then that kind of slashes the PS4 Slim right there, where they're going to have to make an audible if they want to keep competitive with it. And it makes people really want to keep up with Microsoft, because Microsoft is going to have to play the PlayStation card, where they're going to have to really rely on third-party support and get them to push their console like PlayStation did before they started getting their originals out,
Right.
their first-party ones, because without those, they're going to be dead in the water.
Yeah.
And you have all of these indies. You need to be grabbing up indies, because they do have Xbox ID, which is their indie stuff. They're going to need to be grabbing up as many indies as they possibly can to be producing more content. Because yes, we've seen Cuphead. We've seen Cuphead for like 3 to 4 years, and we hopefully will see it today. Out. But you're going to need to see them push this and get those third parties in there and say, hey, we've got people that are very passionate about games. They're going to be, the attach rate's going to be this. This is what we've seen so far, because they're going to need to have that, because the only way the PlayStation survived and thrived, everybody, is the third-party support.
Yep.
So,
One other thing, it's not a prediction, but I think we haven't seen a Ubisoft game on Microsoft stage in a while. Like the last one was Assassin's Creed Unity.
you think Assassin's Creed will be here?
I don't know. I don't know what game, to be honest with you, but I do think Ubisoft does come out here and reveals either a new game or
Far Cry 5 will be at Xbox.
they've already have a partnership with Sony, though. I doubt that.
It'd be interesting.
It would be, but
If it's not Assassin's Creed, it will probably be that.
I don't want to give it away because it's part of my thing for Ubisoft tomorrow. So
That or Project Cars will be there. Like if they don't have a Forza,
That is a Bandai.
Project Cars could be there, and that could be the car game.
That is a Bandai Namco game, publisher game, and it's the first one. I didn't play it, but it's apparently a really underrated racing sim.
So I could see that happening all there and everything. But guys, we're about to jump into the live stream for the thing. We will not be showing the live stream on our channel just because we want to make sure that we keep it PG as possible on our channel because it gets pretty heated as it goes through. But guys, make sure you hit the like button on our Facebook page so you know when we go live. You can also follow us. That's a good way to do it as well. Also, you can go over to youtube.com if you're watching over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you got it. Yep. And also, you can do that over at Twitch. We love all of you. And we're glad that you're here. Let us know in the comments below what you're ready to see. And we'll be watching with you. This has been Zach.
Derek.
And Robbie.
Have a week.